Hey, how's it? Hope you're well. Now, listen, in my previous videos, I have explained the 4 phases of relocation that I was talking about. Number 1 was research. Number 2 was scouting. Number 3 was preparation. And number 4 was when you settled here. And now today, I'd like to focus on the scouting part of the relocation phase. AlgarveAddicts.com. Trust me, I don't just do videos about relocation. I also do some fun stuff about, towns all around. I actually just booked a really cool night out in the Alentejo. We're going to go and speak to some really fantastic people and check out a town. So that'll be exciting. There's also quite a bunch of adventures that got stashed away, and I can edit up in the future when the things get dark in winter. It's not such a bad winter here in the Algarve. Now today I'm going to go and focus on the second phase, the scouting phase. And if you do a cursory search online, just go and Google Scouting Tours Algarve, more than likely you'll come up with things like boat tours and buggy tours, which is super fun. I tell you, I've done quite a few of those and it really is fun, but it doesn't actually help you with a scouting or a relocation tour, which is designed to show you exactly how you could possibly live your life in Portugal. So I decided to bridge that gap a long time ago, and I've been doing it a little bit with a few clients, and we've been doing quite a few tours, and we've had so much fun. We really have. And a lot of people have found it incredibly helpful. So I really wanted to take that to the next level now because I'm getting really busy, as you know, and I always complain about being busy. But I've hooked up with a chap called Robin. Now, Robin I've known for a long time. He's been here. Actually, you know what? Robin, why don't you just introduce yourself? This is Robin, is my buddy who's been here a lot longer than I have. How long have you been here?
Well, yeah, I was brought up out here. I basically lived out here the first 20 years of my life. My father and mother had moved here to work, and my sister and I came out here when we were about 2 weeks old. So we schooled in the Lisbon area until we were about 12. And then we schooled a little bit in Scotland. And then after that,
so that's where your accent's from, isn't it? Scottish.
it's Scottish,
Right.
a little bit.
But you can speak
But
Portuguese, obviously. Yeah?
Eu sei falar português, mais ou menos bem. So after that, we moved to the UK, we got married and had a family, and I worked over there. And then in 2004, an opportunity arose out here, and we've been out here ever since. So I love it over here, it's great.
Yeah, it's not a bad spot.
No.
And we're right here on the N270, which is the main road between São Brás del Portel and Tavira. And we're going to head down to Tavira, and then we go grab a coffee, and we can talk a little bit more about
Yes.
Because Robin's starting to take all my tours, because I'm a little bit busy.
Yeah.
Trying to edit.
We're trying to make some improvements also.
So. Thank you, man. Yeah. They'll be way better with you on behind them.
Right, we'll see you in Tavira.
All right. Thanks, Robin. So you can see Robin is going to bring the next level of excellence to our scouting tours. So that'll be great to have his input. And, he knows Portuguese people really well because, he speaks Portuguese fluently and he's been here for a long time. He's born here. Basically born here. Okay, we're here in a suburb, I guess you could call it a suburb. It's called Perogil, just to the north of Tavira. And it's quite an interesting place, isn't it? I mean, you could literally walk down to Tavira if you wanted to.
Yeah. It's one of those places you probably, if you go shopping, whatever, you need the car, don't you? I mean, you can walk, but you feel like you're in Tavira. And many of the houses have got lovely views. You can see the sea, or you can see the river, and you see the town, and you feel you're part of it. Of course you do. And
it's nice and quiet as well. You don't get that noise from bars and pubs and stuff like that.
Right.
But it's the town's there if you want to walk down.
Yeah, it's a safe community as well.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah.
So, yeah, cool. And then we went into the Tavira town central. We looked at the ferry place and we stopped and had a coffee there.
ferry leaves every hour, no, every half hour on the hour. And on the way back from the island, it's every quarter of an hour to come back.
Oh, they've redone this beautifully. I often marvel at how the weather plays such a massive role in showing you a place. I mean, obviously if it's a beautiful blue skies, it looks fantastic. Everywhere it looks a bit grubby and boring and grey and sad when it's a cloudy day. But here you can see what it looks like when it's a sunny day. On a beautiful spring evening as the sun is descending over the bay. Gorgeous. Well, we were talking in the car about how sometimes I worry that you guys come over here and you expect something amazingly beautiful, and it's actually sometimes a bit grubby and not as amazing as it appears to be. Do you think that's a big problem?
Well, I mean, I think the problem, if you want to call it a problem, it's not a problem, it's just different, you know. And there are, of course, some beautiful places, but as Nick says, there's a lot of places that you wish were tidier. But what I think is really important is when you live here, it's the people, you know, because there's all those things, they're just sort of things, you know, you buy something, it's a thing, but when you get to meet the people, they're so friendly. And just a simple little thing like you walking down the street in the morning to go for coffee, or you're just going for a walk and going shopping or something, people you don't know turn and they say good morning to you.
Yeah, like when they walk into a doctor's office or something and they say good morning to the whole room and everyone goes, bon dia, bon dia.
That's right. You know, and it makes you feel kind of special, as if you're part of the community. And you can easily become part of the community if you then say, you start off by saying good morning back to people. And then gradually, as for instance you're walking your dog in the morning, you begin to have little conversations with people. And they're so friendly and helpful, the Portuguese. It's in their nature to do so. And they socialise tremendously, the Portuguese. They're always having parties and, you know,
until
fairs.
Late at night.
Yeah, they have kind of community things, don't they, Nick? You know, like, sort of they call them festas out here.
So many. Cool. There comes our coffee.
He's a nice lady bringing us coffee.
Ah, obrigado.
Muito obrigado.
Para ti. Não faz mal.
Não faz mal, faz mal.
Obrigado.
Okay, obrigado. So, you know, and in the end, to my way of thinking, although initially you sort of see like a grubby land, perhaps in comparison to where you've come from, when you start living here, it's a completely different way of living and a different life experience. And because the people are so friendly, and you feel safe and you feel good, and then
you feel part of the community as well.
And you gradually begin to not see those things so much.
That's amazing. It's 180 for 2 coffees. Obrigado.
Romeo and Juliet balconies.
Oh, right.
Which are hoping to be done up. And the other one is just waiting to be bought and developed. If you look at these 2 buildings here, you see how pretty that is. And that over there, you can see it's been, but it needs just redoing up, you know?
Yeah.
Well, look at this building here, how it's just been redeveloped all into its original state. And here are these old places that just, this is going to could look as beautiful as that is.
After Tavira, we headed down the 125 to Fuzeta, which I think is a bit of a hidden gem. It's a scruffy, grubby place, but I really think that in time it's going to be, as everywhere in the Algarve, it's, you know, gentrifying itself. Like some parts of Olhão are looking really good now. Some parts of Fuzeta are looking great now. But we went to this restaurant, which actually didn't look particularly appealing. It's a little bit, it's not grubby, it's not dirty, but it's, you know, it's not super high-end quality. And if you look around, the restaurant on the left, it's totally empty. This restaurant, which are in the middle, A do João, is packed and there's a wait list. And over there to the right, another restaurant is absolutely empty. So that's a testament to how popular this place is. And the robalo, the fish, the sea bass came, man, it was unbelievable. I'm not a fish guy. I really am not a fish guy, but it really was good. I'm not just saying that. And it was pretty cheap. And it was $35 for the two of us with wine included and everything. So admittedly, we didn't drink a lot of wine because we were driving, but we just had a little taste. Now with these tours, what we are endeavoring to do is to understand your needs before you arrive in Portugal. So we can get on a call or debate over email which area would suit you the best and how we're going to spend that day in particular. If you're looking to buy, for example, a 3-bedroom villa outside of town, otherwise known as a V3, try and find one on Airbnb. I mean, it's important to be able to stay there on your actual relocation tour. And if you want to do the walkable thing and stay in a classic old Portuguese townhouse with a door opening right onto the street, deep in the old town, have a look on Airbnb and find that place, because you can these days. It's incredible. If you're more into the ease of a modern apartment with a garage and a little further out of the center, but still in town, rent an apartment. It is possible if you find the right time of, obviously in summer everything's booked out, but come off season. And the best thing I think is to actually come off season, October and November, for example, when there's not that many people around and you can move around easily. There is something to be said for coming in the middle of summer, so you can see what life is at its worst, and it's and also in the middle of winter where you can see what it's like when it's pretty cold and rainy and things like that. So you can't see everything on a scouting tour. You'll have some surprises left, but it definitely helps when you've got local knowledge, you've got local geographical knowledge, local knowledge of the culture, and you've got people who understand how things work, talking to you about it all the way throughout your day. What we'll do is pick you up from your accommodation or meet you at a cafe and drive you around to similar areas which you may want to check out. We'll take care of all the driving so you don't have to worry about it, and we'll pick the places that suit you the most, thereby covering as much ground in as little amount of time as possible. So where should you start? Well, fill in our scouting form and we'll open up a conversation with you over email. Thanks so much for watching. Really appreciate it, and I'll see you next week with something hopefully a little bit more cinematographically exciting. All right, cheers. Have a good week. AlgarveAddicts.com